Hey everybody.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and we're going to share with you 10 tips that Busch Gardens doesn't want you to know.
Oh.
They're not super well advertised. They're hopefully tips that are going to save you some time, some money, and some frustration. We're not breaking any rules here, but there's some secret tips that we've picked up among our many visits here, so we want to share them with you. Tip number 1. First up, we're talking about memberships. Busch Gardens has several tiers of membership from basic to platinum, but our tip is that only one person in your group or family needs to have the highest tier that you want. So if you want that platinum level perks like free parking, discounts, or reserved show seating, you can just get it for one person in your group and then everyone else can grab a cheaper plan. Just make sure that if you do get the basic membership, check the blackout dates and make sure that they're not going to mess up your trip or be on a date that you want to visit. But that's a super easy way to save without everyone in the group paying for the top membership. If you are coming to the park and you want to use those perks of the highest level membership, that person in your party needs to be with you. So like if you're a family that all of you are always coming together, or a couple that's always coming together, or friends, just make sure that if you want to use the perks of that highest tier membership, that person has to be with you.
Tip number 2. Let's talk lockers. Because Busch Gardens might make you think that you need one at every ride. But here's the secret. You can rent one that travels with you throughout the park. You don't have to keep paying at every locker station. It's a one-time fee for the day, and if your bag is super small, you might not even need one. Most coasters have baskets or cubbies by the station, and they'll usually let you store it there. The main exceptions are Pantheon and Tempesto. They're pretty strict, even about bringing fanny packs in the line, and they'll make you put it in a locker.
Extra tip not included, just a little bonus because, you know, we also want you to get your caffeine fix. They do have Starbucks available in the candy store located in England, right at the front of the park. It's not like a full Starbucks, but you can get like iced coffee, hot coffee, cappuccinos, and I did notice that they had some pumpkin spice there, so maybe they're expanding their flavors a little bit, but you can get Starbucks coffee here in the park right at the front.
All right, let's talk about tip number 3, reserved seating. Sounds great, right? Guaranteed spot, no stress. Well, here's the thing that's in the fine print. You have to show up exactly when they say, and they do enforce it. Usually it's about 10 minutes before showtime, and if you show up 5 minutes early, they likely won't let you sit in that reserved section, even if there's a bunch of seating available. We found that out the hard way. And honestly, if you show up 10 minutes early anyway, you can almost always get a decent seat. So unless you really want front row, I would skip the reserved seating. There's really not a bad seat in any of the venues at the park. But if you have the platinum membership, that perk is included already.
Tip number 4. You'll see fuel rod stations all over the park, and they're super convenient. But don't buy your fuel rod in the park. It's way cheaper off Amazon. Buy it ahead of time, bring it with you, and just swap it out in one of the fuel rod stations whenever you need a charge.
Tip number 5, this one's simple but effective. Prepay your parking online if you want preferred or VIP. That is, if your parking is not included with your membership already and you need to pay for parking. It also locks in your spot in that parking section. If you wait to pay when you arrive, that parking tier might already be sold out. So definitely grab it online ahead of time and guarantee your spot if you really want preferred or VIP parking for the day.
Number 6, if you've ever done the wine tasting at Busch Gardens, you know that it's a fun little break from all the rides. But a hidden secret is if you bring back your wine glass from a previous visit, you get a discount on your wine tasting. So pack that little souvenir wine glass, bring it with you, and save a few extra bucks.
It's like color. So it's more of a, like a rose gold, not like a rose pinkish color.
If you're just gonna like buy the glass and do the tasting, it's $20 for 4 wines. But if you reuse that glass, like if you bring it back from a previous visit, or if you have the tasting at one location and then take that glass to the next location, it's $11.99. They also sell a wine tasting trio, which is 3 wine tastings. It's like $40. So it seems like it's still cheaper to just take your wine glass and get the wine tasting refill than to buy the trio. But just know, like, it's available. You can get a bracelet and it's like super easy to do the wine tasting. So there's options to save money. Tip number 7, having a rainy day? Don't panic. Busch Gardens actually has something called the whether or not assurance policy. If bad weather ruins your day, like if there's heavy rain or storms, whatever, you can request a complimentary return visit. You just have to fill out the form online after your visit. So, you know, if it's thunderstorming, don't let it ruin your day because you might get a free do-over day.
Tip number 8, the dining plan can be worth it, but I would not pay full price. Busch Gardens runs promos all the time, especially around Black Friday. That's when you'll find some of their best deals on both dining plans and memberships. So if you know you're going next season, wait for those sales.
Tip number 9. This one is a sneaky one for the members. If you ever print out something from your membership portal at the front of the park at the kiosk, like a photo key voucher, Busch Bucks, Quick Queue, read the fine print that's on that card, because sometimes you have to take it to the Emporium to get it validated before you can even use it. Like the Haunted House Quick Queue thing they were doing earlier in August, you could get one for each visit, but you had to take it and redeem it. So you would get a piece of paper at the kiosk, and then you would have to take that piece of paper to the Emporium or wherever it tells you to take it and get another piece of paper, which was the actual Quick Queue. And if you didn't redeem it that day, like that first piece of paper, it basically became worthless and they would not give you the Quick Queue. There has to be a better way to do this without wasting so much paper. Conservation, come on. But I digress. And also, once you print something out, like the photo key or the Busch Bucks, it's usually only good that day. So just make sure that you're ready to use it when you print it out that day.
And finally, tip number 10. Let's talk about Quick Queue real quick. Quick Queue does not guarantee front row. In fact, it usually limits you to the second row or possibly even rows further back. Each coaster handles it differently. Rides like Invader, Loch Ness, and Pantheon have specific Quick Queue rows. Others like Alpengeist or Griffin let you choose your row. Even front row if you wait for it. And sometimes they'll fill the whole train with Quick Queue guests like Apollo's Chariot. So if you care more about riding than waiting and you only have one day here, Quick Queue may be worth it. But if you're a front row only type of person, it will limit you on your ability to choose that on certain rides. This is definitely an added expense and it's not cheap, so just be aware of what you're paying for before purchasing. You're paying for reduced wait times, you may not be able to pick the row you're in.
So that wraps up our 10 tips that Busch Gardens doesn't want you to know, or maybe aren't as heavily advertised as some other tips. We hope that you enjoyed. We hope that you found it helpful. I hope it saves you some time, maybe some money.
Yeah.
And let us know when you're coming to Busch Gardens next. And let us know in the comments what your best Busch Gardens hack is. We would love to know. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next adventure.
But there's one more thing.